From Baltimore's Inner Harbor, we're live from M&T Bank Stadium. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from the bank. Rasheen Ali on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, he just continued showing he can run anywhere and anytime he wants, including to nearly a third MVP award. I love the 4,000-yard passing season, and sure, 45 total touchdowns now. Now it's just getting back to that elusive Super Bowl for the Ravens.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Lamar now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And he'll have a small gain up to about the 32. Stopped by someone who began as a star for these Ravens, now a rival, Patrick Queen.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard? Well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, love him or hate him, Rodgers not ready to leave the league until he's satisfied with how his final chapter reads. He didn't get the storybook ending he wanted last year, taking another run at channeling all that doubt into success one final time.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Warren. Escapes a defender. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Steelers first down.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
On the play. That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of 13 yards. And a Steeler.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Fights his way through a tackle. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That right there, Kate, that just shows the level of preparedness this defense had coming into the game. They recognized the jet sweep from the start, and they nailed it right at the line of scrimmage.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. They'll air it out on 3rd. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the 2nd time. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Yards. And the Baltimore 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Lamar off the play fake. Blitz is there, and he goes down. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. From the gun, Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Jackson now on 3rd. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He keeps it and takes off. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
8 yards on the
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped almost immediately after that catch. He's down at the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he goes down to avoid a hit, so give him a gain of close to 4. That's going to set up 2nd down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Austin put in motion right. It's coming for Rodgers. Roman Wilson reels it in. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Warren running between the tackles. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Rodgers from the gun. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Give him 8 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Now at midfield after that loss. Here's 2nd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Brought in. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
To Calvin Austin. It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series.
At their own 6-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
To
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
It's 2nd and inches.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. This is Henry on second. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First down, and they go right back to it. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Slot man motioned over. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. He's running for it. He dodged the tackle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Flying down the middle with Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Changing it up here, Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Pistol snap to Jackson. Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
First down, here's Lamar. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Throw is caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Third and long for him here. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Jackson keeping it himself. And keeping the zone read costs him. He takes a hit, loses some yards too. That goose egg up in the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Pass pulled in by Henry. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
On fourth now, on comes Tyler Luke. Gonna try this field goal for the Ravens. This from 48 on the left hash. Luke knocks it through. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
On first down, Warren. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. It's a pickup of 11, and he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know what I call that play, Kate? I call that a confidence injector. It just injects belief in that O-line, that running back, and most importantly, that play caller knowing he can call a run and he can get a first down too.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
A toss running left, Warren. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Trying an inside give to Warren. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Here's Rodgers. No place to go. Ravens take him down. And quickly their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
For how well they were moving the ball on this possession, surprising. Surprising to see them get caught up now. And even more surprising, Kate, to see them knock so far backwards with a sack. At this point, well, you got to get back on schedule. Maybe even a manageable 4th down if you don't get the first.
Following the sack, going to need to find 11 yards here on 3rd and goal. Rodgers set to pass. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. It's just 21 yards down the pipe. Boswell able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Chris Boswell.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Ali to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Derrick Henry.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it.
2nd and 10.
They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. It's Henry on the counter. Oh, he rocks that tackler. And they will finally catch up to him in just a second before he could reach that 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Completed over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Out of the gun, Henry. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Another run for Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
On 4th now, on comes Tyler Luke, gonna try this field goal for the Ravens. He was good on his first kick, gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's gonna break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Kenneth Gainwell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Austin makes the grab downfield. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field.
It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. But I believe a Steeler was first to that football. They make the recovery and keep possession. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Here he is on 3rd and short. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 4th and short.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Ali to return it. This makes it up to the 25. Baltimore running its offense out now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
They'll go to the option on 2nd down. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
3rd down, they need 7. And he could have a free play here. Ooh, put some air under this one, right side. He's got it inside the 25.
Offside, defense.
So the deep shot connects on the free play, Brock. Made it really easy to decline that offsides flag. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Running it after the penalty. He sure was fighting, Brock, but in the end, just too many defenders, and they take him down behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Lamar's going to keep this one. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
A gain of 17.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
A gain of 5.
First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Lamar now from the gun. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal. Lamar out of the pistol. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good creative quarterback, one that can stand to play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
That is Tyler Loop, now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
13, Steelers 6.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. They're facing a 13-6 deficit as they take over. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Rodgers from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Ravens going with a dime package now. 3rd down. Here he goes. 3rd and long. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Hey, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
The Steelers set to punt it. Back for the Ravens, LeJohntay Wester. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Ravens beginning their drive here. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson has it in close. And this one doesn't go far.
Complete to LeJohntay Wester. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and just 2 to go. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore, first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. And no question who won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on first down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
On second down, here's Henry again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Changing it up here, Jackson has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Tyler Loop out for the Ravens to attempt this field goal. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Loop knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Throwing here just before halftime. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update, as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play.
Tyler Loop
All set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Brock, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the air on first down, Rodgers. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Still at the 40 here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown! So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game.
16. Steelers 13. Chris Boswell.
Ball set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Justice Hill.
The Ravens trotting out their offense. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. Henry gets it here to start the drive. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, he keeps it on the option. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there, and they catch it behind the line. Maybe the wrong read on the option there, Brock, but it kind of looked like the defense had both reads picked up pretty well there.
I'd agree with you, because the option, you're trying to option off of one defender, like a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
That time, well, the defense was all over it. Tremendous pursuit to knock him backwards.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Tight end in motion right. Jackson now on 3rd. Likely's got it right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. They aren't getting anything here, Brock. They're actually going to lose some. Back to the 10. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Roquan Smith, again an All-Pro last season, there for the tackle.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? 3rd and long for him here. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. They'll start this series with an option left. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
From the pistol, Henry. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Well, this defense has not had an answer, Kate, for either of the first 2 plays on this drive. I think it's got everybody, you and me, every fan believing, well, they're only 1 play away from putting points on the board.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Lamar. And he can escape no longer. They roll over and bring him down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
For the field goal, a 35-yard attempt.
Oops, knocks it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. We'll bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First down, here's Rodgers. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down. Oh, another target there for one of the busiest members of this offense, but this one nearly ended in disaster.
Yeah, kind of become a victim of his own success, right? They're keying on him extensively now, knowing that ball could be headed his way, and that time it should have been a takeaway.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers hits him on the out route, and he's tackled for no gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Third down, line to gain 9 yards out. Third and long, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
They'll send out the punting unit. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Lamar now from the gun. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Darius Slay with the stop.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Jackson. A quick slant here, caught by Andrews. Big man's showing up the yards. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
A gain of 47 on the play. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
First down.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
Play action now with Jackson. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Jackson looking to throw. Now set up the screen for Henry. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up by 12. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All right, going to get a 2-point try here, Brock. Jackson gets his offense lined up.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead.
Makes the score. Ravens 27, Steelers 13.
Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback. Right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Dumped off to his running back. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They motion the tight end over. Rodgers from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Complete to Pat Fryermuth. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Ravens crowding the passing lanes. They go into the dime for 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Looking out of the gun, here's Rodgers. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one, and then brings up 3rd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. is made down the right sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
16 yards.
How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
First and 10.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target and really the timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. He brings it in. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. That play made by an All-Pro from last season, Marlon Humphrey.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Throwing again, Rodgers. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference, and that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Their punter making his way out now. And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. First down, here's Lamar. Andrews has it, working downfield. And he has it all the way inside the opposing 40.
A gain of 41 yards on the play. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Flying down the middle with Henry. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Running once more with Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13.
It's a gain of
they managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Ravens have the football and, more importantly, partner, a solid lead. So things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on second down. Here's Henry on the option. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's third down.
Joey Porter Jr. on the tackle. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
Third and long for him here. From the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Yard loss.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
On fourth now, on comes Tyler Loop. Gonna try this field goal for the Ravens. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. Loop knocks it through, and that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you can call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
All set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. Keeps away from one. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Steelers offense headed out. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. They'll start the drive with Warren. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Warren. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Steelers first down.
Steelers first down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
1st and 10 from the 41. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now they're looking to throw with Rogers. Finds him over the middle. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
22 yards. And the Steelers first down. A gain of 22 yards. And a Steeler first down.
Rogers to throw. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. To throw, Rogers. Finds the in route complete. And they get this down to the 28. They get an even 10 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Again, Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Short pass brought in, and he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play of it as they get set for 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Rodgers. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays right before the snap. You know, if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
All set now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Rodgers will look to throw. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 10.
Ravens 30, Steelers 20.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Hill now to return it. Escapes the defender. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. On first down, Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. A draw now. This is Henry. Didn't sell the draw enough, and he pays the price. He's headed the wrong direction, backs him up for second down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
They break the huddle. It's second down now. Lamar now from the gun. Throw is caught, and he's tackled after gaining a handful.
To LaJonte Wester. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Five DBs out there for the Steelers. Third down. Third and long. They're going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
On first and 10, it's Henry. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run for Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Jackson to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly, they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
On 4th now, on comes Tyler Loop. Going to try this field goal for the Ravens. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Loop knocks it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
All set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Rodgers from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he'd love to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He connects downfield. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again here. It's Rodgers. Now he takes it. Rolling into enemy territory. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
1st and 10 from the 41. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Here's Rodgers. And he sure gave his all to make that play, but it hits the deck. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. Throwing deep here for the end zone. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Three straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. Desperation time here. Sends this to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Nate Wiggins has got it.
You know, before this drive started, the field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus, and those defenders, well, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Jackson keeping it himself. And keeping the zone read costs him. He takes a hit, loses some yards too. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's running for it! And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. All right, Steelers to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Gets it downfield, on target to Metcalf. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
19 yards.
It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
First and 10.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
No luck finding his receiver that time, and it sets up second down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Ravens get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
First and 10 from the 41. From the gun, a run for Henry. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on second down.
Offense to the line, second down. Play action now with Jackson. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. Now a hit, and Jackson loses the ball. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that was one wild ride. QB does a terrific job. Gets out in the open field, has a big play, and then he's got to watch the other quarterback run on the field as he gives the ball away.
The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Steelers trailing by 13. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's going to be third and short coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Here he is to throw. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Steelers.
Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Metcalf. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 18-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll throw again. Rodgers. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers get it back to within 6.
33. Steelers 27.
We're down inside the final 90 seconds as they line up for the all-important onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation.
That is all that you're thinking right now, is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They run it with King Henry. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Inside give to Hill. He dodged the tackle. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.